Today we're going to work on a Chevrolet Traverse 3.6 liter. We're going to do an oil change to it. Now the first thing I always like to do is take the oil filter cap off here, oil fill cap. You take it, and I like to place it right here at the hood latch mechanism. That way it keeps me from shutting the hood before I reinstall it. And that keeps oil from coming up on the engine and customers complaining about a burned oil smell or an oil leak. Now we need to get underneath the vehicle, which if you have a jack and jack stands, you can use that, or you can use a lift if you have one. As you can probably tell, I chose the option of the lift because I have one. Alrighty, go underneath here, and now I'm facing towards the front of the vehicle, and I look up and I find my oil plug. I get my 15mm ratchet and I loosen it, which I already had it pretty loose. I've got my oil drain catch underneath here. Careful not to burn yourself on the exhaust, which is right there. Now, there you go. Now your oil is pretty much all drained out. It's always good to make sure the engine is at least somewhat warm before you change the oil. The oil filter itself is located up front, right there. But the way they designed it was to actually access it from the top. So, what we're going to do is we're going to get our plug out. We'll put it back in the hole. Put it in always by hand. Get your wrench on there and snug her down. Okay. What I like to do is wipe it off here. Alright, now you need to torque that to specifications just to make sure you have the right amount of torque on the oil plug. The next step is to remove the oil filter. So we have to let the vehicle down for that. Your next step, what you want to do is make sure you have a drain pan underneath the front of the vehicle. So that way when you release the oil filter, all the oil gets trapped in there. There is the oil filter. I went ahead and loosened them up with my oil filter pliers. You can get these at any auto parts store or tool truck or Amazon, online, whatever. So I've loosened it up. Now I want to reach my hand down. Push my left hand down. Now I'm pulling the oil filter out. Going over here. Now, one of the most important things is make sure this seal came off with the oil filter, this seal right here. If not, and you go to put your new oil filter on, it will leak. So what I always do is I look at the filter, make sure you got the seal, and then I take a rag, I go down here, and I just wipe around the surface to remove any dirt or old seals. So that way you have a properly mating surface that seals good to the new oil filter. Now I have my new oil filter. Here's the seal right here. What I like to do, if you don't want to get oil on your fingers, is to push them together. That way you get oil all around that seal. So now I have oil on my seal, and my surface is also clean to where my oil filter is going to be connected to. Now I'm spinning my oil filter on, and you just want to put it on there hand tight. Okay, now she's on there tight. Lay down there. And the next thing you want to do is grab a funnel. I had to grab another funnel. Now I've got my funnel, and you just pour the oil in. I would probably put about 3 quarts in there or so, and then check it, just to make sure you don't overfill it. If you do overfill it, then you need to go and lift it up and drain it all out again, and try to catch what you don't get and start from the beginning. So I put that in there. Now the dipstick tube is down here. So I pull the dipstick out. Wipe it off. And as you can tell, we need more oil. So now I have oil in the stick. I'll come around here, reach in, start the car. I'll let the car run for 5-10 seconds, probably good enough. So I checked my oil and it was low, so I added the rest of the container. It got me right there to the crosshatch section, which is good. So what you want to do is stick your dipstick back down to the dipstick tube. Make sure you put your old cap back on. Turn it. Always just check to make sure these caps are tight. This is tight. You write your mileage for whatever you choose. I want to do 5,000 miles. Get in here and to the right. Click some buttons here. Back to oil change. Okay. That is how you change the oil on a 2010 Chevy Traverse. Thank you for watching.